are bad. Increasingly, people with jobs in New York City can't afford healthy food for their families. 1 in 3 New Yorkers has used a food pantry over the past 3 years. Costs are going up. Costs go up in a store when they have to recover the loss that they don't make on the stolen goods. Think about that.
It's devastating because we want to be able to serve all of the families. We want to be able to give food to everyone.
Jasmine Bethencourt is one of the supervisors at Riseboro Food Pantry in Bushwick. She expresses deep concern about the current state of food insecurity at her pantry.
Even though people are making money.
Now, why would people in New York City, for as much money as these people make that live in New York City, and don't tell me they don't make a lot of money, because these people pay $5,000 or $6,000 a month for rent. You mean to tell me paying that much in rent you can't afford to feed yourself? That's ludicrous, crazy.
To meet those needs.
We've all seen the videos of people shoplifting, but just when you think you've seen it all, a trio on Long Island stealing ice cream, $640 worth of it.
Wow, ice cream.
Ice cream? $640 worth of ice cream? Who's going to eat that much? How could you even sell ice cream? I mean, I couldn't even comprehend. What do you do? Pass it out to the neighborhood kids? Hey, $1 a scoop. I mean, come on. Seriously? Ice cream? Man, what in the hell the world's coming to today? Don't know, but let's find out. So New York is becoming pretty damn bad, and it ain't going to get any better as long as they have laws protecting people from the ravaging that they do. So, I mean, what are you going to do? Either you start tackling the problem, the source of the problem, and that's the people that are running rampant around your city doing things illegally. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. It's not illegal to do these things. So that's why they're doing it, because in New York, it's not illegal to do this. But because it's not illegal, does that make it right to take food from other people to satisfy your own self because you're hungry for money? I mean, you got to think, man. It's like sharing. You know, if you're gonna take what's not yours, you might as well just share it. Ice cream, though? Wow, that's pretty pathetic. Now, I ask myself, what type of people wants to live in New York where rents over the last 1 or 2 years have only increased by thousands of dollars per month? I talked to this one guy a while back who used to live in New York a year ago, and he said he moved back to California because a 1-bedroom apartment shared with 2 other guys cost him $2,500 out of his own pocket, and he had to sleep on a couch in the front room. The guy slept on a second couch that they had in the front room, and then the third guy actually slept upstairs in like a little basement where you could actually fit a little bed up there. And those 3 people shared that apartment, but it still cost them $2,500 each, plus their utilities. That's just crazy. So needless to say, I did get an email about a week ago where a woman had showed me a photo of a Ben & Jerry's ice cream for $9.99. Oh my goodness, that's like out of this world. Who would pay $10 for a little cup of Ben & Jerry's ice cream? I don't even eat ice cream, so I mean, much less $10 for a tiny little cup of ice cream. That's just crazy. But in New York, that's what you're going to pay. And I've been told that theft in New York City is upwards of like $4.5 million. I mean, I don't know if that's a month. It probably is, but that's just crazy and out of this world. And because of that, prices for everything is going sky high, and people can't afford to eat anymore. They can't afford to go in and buy like a box of cereal for their children. They're going to pay top dollar, like $10 a box a cereal. That's just ludicrous. That's great. I can't comprehend that. And then I was told now to drive in certain areas across New York City, they have these cameras that watches you and takes pictures of your license plates. And then they send you a bill in the mail to travel on those roads on top of the DMV taxes that you have to pay to register your vehicle every year and the gas prices and everything else that you need to insurance. Oh my God, could you imagine what it would be like for a poor person to live in New York City? You'd be living out on the streets, digging in garbage cans, and you probably couldn't be afford to buy a bicycle because you would never have any money. My goodness, could you imagine what that would be like for the stores that have to buy that produce that's delivered down in those areas where those tolls are and those trucks? All those companies have to pay those tolls to drive their vehicles just to deliver goods to people to eat, to get them into the stores so people can have food to eat. And now they have to pay a higher price for the food because of the congestion of these streets and all the cars that have to pay all this excess money to the local government just to drive down those streets. It's just crazy. And not to mention the food pantries all around New York City, how they're seeing higher and higher demands for people that need to eat, but yet they can't meet those demands because number one, they even don't have the workers. And number two, they just don't have the supplies to fill that demand for those folks that need to eat. And it keeps getting worse. And here's the problem: the GOV of New York says, oh, yeah, we have a big problem here, and this is a huge problem, and this problem needs to be fixed, yada, yada, yada. But what is the GOV of New York trying to do to fix the problem? Letting more people into New York, maybe? Is that going to fix the problem? Feeding more people that they let into New York City that have no place to go. They have to go to homeless shelters, so they need to feed these people because you can't let people starve. Meanwhile, as they're doing that, food is getting scarce and the tolls are getting to companies that can no longer deliver the food, and they want to pay more or charge more for the food that they're trying to deliver to feed all these people. It just ain't working out. I think that the GOV of New York should really stop what they're doing, rethink things, and possibly try to go a different direction in the way they're going. I don't know. I'm just me. I know nothing about New York. I just listen to the television and hear the chaos that's going on. But anyway, I'm done for today. I'm Wayne, and I'll talk to you on the next one.